Hi, welcome to a new week session. This is Jeannie. We're going to go over creating your market dominating position, part 2. And this is inside the setting your foundation. Now, in our previous session, we started you on the path to developing your business's market dominating position. This critical business fundamental will completely separate you from your competition. So in this session, we'll continue to build on this process, and that will result in your business dominating your market. The majority of businesses attempt to fulfill a specific demand or product for a service. However, what happens when that demand slows or stops? What happens when the competition sets up shop with a new and improved version of what you sell? How do you stay relevant while growing and maintaining your customer base? The answer is simple. You must learn how to innovate your business and offer extraordinary value by creating a market dominating position. Previously, we discussed one of the most documented cases for creating a successful market dominating position, and that was Domino's Pizza. They dominated by adopting and implementing one major strategy. They created a dominating position, which was fast, hot pizza targeted specifically for hungry college kids. Now ask yourself, what, if anything, makes your business different from your competitors as perceived by your target market? And hopefully over the last week, you have given this a great deal of thought and probably have even done some brainstorming and taken some notes. But this session is going to help you with the next step of that. But first, it's important that we quickly review the process we outlined in our previous presentation. 1, differentiating your business from your competitors. Differentiating your business from your competitors by creating a market dominating position involves a 5-step process. So step 1 is determine your strategic position in the market. What specific niche, market, or segment of the marketplace should your business focus on? So hopefully you have notes on that already. Determining this involves combining the skills of your business the skills that your business has with the unmet needs of your target prospects, and then designing your product or service to fulfill those needs. In our example, Domino's strategic position was fast, hot pizza for hungry college kids. Starbucks' strategic position was delicious, handcrafted beverages that makes life better. And step number 2, determine your primary market dominating position. So this is the most dominating advantage that separates you from your competitors. Domino's claimed that it could deliver its pizza in 30 minutes or less, or they would give it to you for free. This was the primary advantage that met the needs of their newly defined market position, hungry college kids that wanted food fast. So step number 3, determine your supporting business model. How will you specifically deliver what your strategic position and primary market dominating position promises? What changes, if any, do you need to consider making to your business to ensure you deliver consistently on your position and your promise? Domino's built a supporting business model that enabled them to consistently provide their promised primary advantage, which was fresh hot pizza delivered in 30 minutes. To make good on this promise, every time they were forced to create a supporting business model where they built low-cost stores strategically located near college campuses and hired additional delivery staff and have additional delivery drivers on standby. Together, these innovations allowed them to consistently meet and often exceed their primary market dominating position. Step number 4, determine your secondary market dominating position. What additional competitive advantages does your business offer that your customers will perceive as being different from your competition? Domino's secondary benefits might include special pricing, a specific type of pizza that no one else makes, like extra cheese, a monster size for parties, a much broader selection of toppings or additional menu items. I don't know if it was Domino's or Pizza Hut that started doing the stuffed crust and all that innovative type stuff. So number 5, create your market dominating position statement or elevator pitch. This is a simple statement you can create by combining steps 1 through 4. This helps you to state unequivocally what differentiates you from your competitors to your targeted prospects and customers. Domino's market dominance opposition is neatly summed up in its slogan, fresh hot pizza delivered in 30 minutes or less, or it's free. And expanded version of this may say, Domino's provides busy customers with fresh hot pizza and other food items within 30 minutes or less. Our assorted pizza offerings combined with our value pricing makes Domino's affordable for everyone. Let's explore some additional fundamentals that can assist you in the successful development of this process. 4 categories you can explore when determining your strategic position. Let's look at 4 categories. The first category is called demographics. These basically define the physical components of your target customer. There are 6 areas to look at when it comes to demographics. First is their gender. Is your product or service used primarily by men, women, etc., or all genders? If it favors just one gender, can you make it appealing to the other? In the 80s, mom would go to the beauty salon while dad went to the barbershop. Today, everyone goes to a hairstylist. We don't think of them anymore as beauticians or barbers. That term, stylist, appeals to both genders, and now we sit next to each other in the same establishment. Look for similar ways to broaden the appeal for what you offer. The second area to look at is their age. Does your product or service cater to just 1 or 2 specific age groups? If so, can you broaden your appeal to include young kids, tweens, teens, Gen Z, the adult version of them, Generation Y, millennials, Generation X, and baby boomers? Consider various options such as special discounts for students or seniors, full service options, special parking, reserved seating, VIP access, closed captioning, sign language for hearing impairment, and so on. Why do certain magazines that appeal to both young and old continue to offer 10-point type when older adults can't read it? What would happen if they tested a second issue using 14 points specifically tailored to their senior market? Now, of course, pivoting to digital has solved many of these problems, because now those of us that are older and can't see the smaller print just go ahead and pinch the screen and make it bigger. So a lot of that has already been solved. Certainly, so talk about your market dominating position. The third area is income level. What income level do you currently serve? A lot of holistic practitioners like cash only type payments so that they can do the entire country, work inside of the entire country rather than just the states that are approved. So you're going to be looking for those that can afford your services. So there is an opportunity to provide service to a different income level if you do something like talks that you record and a free Facebook page or Facebook group, free content that kind of goes back to the whole education thing. And then maybe offer them shorter, they're kind of learning DIY, and then you offer them maybe shorter consultations with you. Is there an opportunity to provide service to a different income level? You always want to look for options and opportunities to appeal to the greatest number of prospects that fit your target customer profile. Financing options can bring the most expensive item into the realm of affordability with a little creative thinking. Now, I'm going to launch into an example here, but for holistic practitioners, it's really very important that you are seen as a very valuable asset. and not to scale down your pricing so much to the point where maybe it's unfair for the people who are paying full price. So maybe offer some, like I said, some more do-it-yourself type education. Offer a lot of suggestions and videos on your Facebook page, and then have them pay for individual smaller sessions. I don't know where financing options would really be a big thing for holistic practitioners. I do believe that in some cases, those are good if you're going to offer a very large plan where maybe the entire plan is $5,000 total. Maybe you break that up into smaller monthly payments. That would be a financing option that I could see for a practitioner. But really, you don't want to get into financing and interest rates and all these other things that are involved in that. I would just offer options that are maybe just a smidge more affordable. I know some practitioners also do a sliding scale. Again, you really want to be careful with that because it's very easy for people to be dishonest about their income, but also you want them to see the value in what you're doing, and to help them save money on maybe food, or help them save money on their current medical bills. Just obviously, you don't want to become a financial planner or advisor, but there are ways for you to help them save money so that they can afford your services. And if you need more individual guidance on that, definitely either shoot me an email or schedule a one-on-one appointment with me. Both you can do from the website. So I'm going to move on to our auto industry example. So the auto industry began to boom when they introduced their leasing programs. I remember seeing an ad once where you could lease a $40,000 Mercedes for $369 a month, making this expensive vehicle affordable to a broader income level. The fourth area involves ethics or culture. You need to consider this category when marketing what you sell. If so, you need to take this into account when creating your literature, marketing collateral, and verbal communication, such as phone conversations and personal contacts. Do you need to carry targeted items that favor specific groups, such as a grocery store located in a heavily populated Japanese, Hispanic, or Greek neighborhood, for instance? The fifth area to consider is location. Is your target customer primarily urban or suburban prospects living in the city, have much different transportation needs and safety concerns than their suburban counterparts? And the sixth and final area to consider is their level of education, both academically and from a technical standpoint. Does your product or service appeal to academics, such as online and offline training programs on specific topics? Or do you sell a desirable product that requires a hefty amount of technical proficiency in order to operate it? If so, you may have to provide an owner's manual that speaks to the layman about the technical requirements. Be sure you carefully consider all of these areas when identifying the demographics for your target customer. With regard to holistic practitioners, really, it's all going to be about being able to just click a link and watch a video or read some content. I wouldn't recommend something really high level, any more high level than this membership site requires. And of course, working Zoom, but you can always do your sessions on the phone as well. So the secondary category is psychographics. And this defines the emotional makeup of your target customer. This is typically the most important of these four categories to define. Since prospects buy based on emotion, they don't only use logic to justify their purchase. This is where you want to identify what we refer to as their hot buttons. Hot buttons are the problems, fears, frustrations, and concerns most prospects experience when they buy what you sell. You fear pain when you're going to the dentist. You're frustrated by the typically long wait time at the doctor. You're concerned when you take something in for repair that the final price won't match the estimate. Concerned when you eat a sub, you'll stack on the weight. If you can accurately identify your prospects' hot button issues and then innovate your business to solve them forever, you have just created a market dominating position. You should also consider additional psychographic areas such as their health, their hobbies and interests, education, personal causes they may be involved in both political and social, as well as leisure activities. The third category is their business profile. This is primarily for businesses that sell to other businesses. So consider our program. It's the perfect bolt into any business that sells business to business or B2B. Every small business on the planet needs help with their marketing and sales. By offering that assistance, it adds massive value to whatever product or service the host business sells. Who would you rather do business with? An accountant who performs your bookkeeping services every month, or the accountant who also provides an online system that can quickly double your profits and show you how to build your business to $1 million or more in total revenue? That's a simple answer, isn't it? The fourth and final category involves the service and price levels you offer. Both of these will determine the market you want to service. Walmart targets to price shoppers, while Nordstrom's targets to the big spender market. Just remember that even when your market is driven by price, there are also always segments of the market that will pay for quality, and raising prices enables you to invest in higher quality services. You should consider offering premier products or services for these individuals and businesses. Of course, make your business unique. We also previously looked at 3 separate categories that will enable you to separate your business from your competition. So let's quickly review them and then provide you with several examples to help you put all of this together for your own business. Category number 1 involved in the level of service you provide. There are a total of 6 different areas where you can add value when it comes to service. The first area is typically the most important, is the prospect's convenience. Remember that most people today value time more than money. Look at these 6 areas to see if you can provide more convenience to your prospects and customers. First, your location. Second, availability. Remember, we need to pivot to digital as much as we can. Okay. The third area, the ordering process. The fourth area looks at involving delivery. The fifth area, investigate payment terms. If your competition doesn't offer any type of, and we kind of went over this already, so I'm going to stop here. Again, the financing options are not usually a huge issue for holistic practitioners. If you have something specific, again, shoot me an email, send a one-on-one or set up a one-on-one coaching session, both of which can be found on the website, and we'll go over your specific situation. The sixth and final area to consider involves miscellaneous services. Okay, so what additional services do your customers consider to be important? Offer them whenever you can. Okay, so the second of 6 areas where you can add value is speed. So speed to your service. Find opportunities here where you can use. So for holistic practitioners in specific, speed is going to be important as to how quickly a prospect or patient can get in to see you. So are you offering online solutions? Are you offering Zoom sessions? Sometimes when people are very ill, they don't want to travel. So make sure that you're offering these options and pivoting to digital as much as possible. The third area is education and training. Prospects and customers today value education and training as much as they do value in price. The only problem with this is that there are many different learning styles out there, right? So you want to be able to make sure that you're shooting videos, that you are writing content, that you are putting small little bits of information on a meme in social media. And we will cover a lot more of this inside of other sessions in the future, especially the social media sessions. But keep this in mind. Education and training, especially in the holistic practitioner fields, is extremely important. If they don't understand what you do, they're not going to come to you. The fourth area is to completely remove all potential risk to the prospect. 100% money back guarantee, generous return policies. They are quickly becoming the norm in most industries. You have to look at your industry very closely, of course. Holistic practitioners can't necessarily, it's harder to determine, and we went over this in the last session a little bit, and I gave you a lot more ideas there. So I'm not going to yammer on about it here. Go ahead and rewatch the last session video where I go over that a little bit more. The fifth area is quality. Although quality is a vague term, it can be a powerful differentiator. Think of quality as the perceived benefit received by the client or patient. This can be a health goal. The sixth and final area where you can add value when it comes to service is security and safety. Now, we went over internet scams, online fraud, and all those types of things. If you are, if your practice is located in a high crime area, how maybe security might be, maybe even just extra lighting and some video cameras would make people feel better. But making sure that if you did pivot to digital, that you use a platform that is HIPAA compliant, and like I know Zoom is one of them. You just have to get a special version of it, I believe. So this session focused on providing you with the tools and the knowledge required to build your business model so you easily and consistently deliver on your market dominating position, as well as create your market dominating message so that every qualified prospect that hears your message immediately feels as though they would be an absolute fool if they bought from anyone else but you. In our next session, we'll continue to build on your momentum by helping you identify your client, target, or patient. So this is where we were talking about personas. Those are your best clients and the ones you want to attract to your business. Please remember that our overall focus is to help you continue to build a practice that you've always dreamed of having, a business that provides you with financial freedom and an extraordinary life for you and your family. Each session brings us closer to accomplishing that goal. See you in the next session.